You are watching channel Number Collage. Through this channel, we make sincere efforts to make you understand and like mathematics in a simple and easy manner. We need your cooperation in this regard. In the previous video, we have understood how to solve a quadratic equation by factorization method. In this video, we will understand how to solve a quadratic equation by the method of completing the square. For example, in the quadratic equation x squared plus 4x minus 5 equals 0, the quadratic polynomial x squared plus 4x minus 5 is not a perfect square because here the first term is a perfect square but the third term is not a perfect square. So, because this quadratic polynomial is not a perfect square, in the method of completing the square, this polynomial is first made a perfect squared polynomial, and after that the roots of the equation are found out. Let us see one example. Solve the quadratic equation x squared plus 4x minus 5 equals 0 by completing the square. Our quadratic equation is x squared plus 4x minus 5 equals 0. First we will check if the coefficient of x squared is 1. If it is 1, then we will take this constant term, which is minus 5, to the right hand side. So we will write x squared plus 4x, these two terms, equals 5. This minus 5 when goes to the right hand side becomes plus 5. Now we will add 1/2 multiplied by 4 whole squared, where 4 is coefficient of x. Half multiplied by 4 becomes 2, 2 squared becomes 4. So we will add 4 to both the sides. So we will get x squared plus 4x plus 4 equals 5 plus 4, which is now 9. Now x squared plus 4x plus 4 is a perfect squared quadratic polynomial because the first term is a perfect squared term and the third term 4 is also a perfect squared term. We will write its factors as x plus 2 whole squared, where x is square root of x squared, 2 is square root of 4, so x plus 2 whole square equals 9. Now we will take square root of both sides. X square root of x plus 2 whole square is x plus 2. Square root of 9 is plus and minus 3 because every real number has two square roots. One is plus, the other one is minus. Now we will take this plus 2 on the right hand side, so it will become minus 2 and plus minus 3. So our roots will be, the first root will be minus 2 plus 3, that is 3 minus 2, which is 1. The second root will be minus 2 minus 3, which is minus 5. So 1 and minus 5 are the required roots of this quadratic equation. Next, solve by completing the square. 9x squared minus 15x plus 6 equals 0. Here the coefficient of x squared is 9. Therefore, in order to make this coefficient 1, we will divide this equation throughout by 9. So After dividing by 9, we will get x squared minus 15 divided by 9 and 6 divided by 9. Next we will take, so 15 divided by 9 will become 5 divided by 3, 6 divided by 9 becomes 2 divided by 3. Now we will take this 2 divided by 3 on the right side, so it will be minus 2 divided by 3. Now we will add 1/2 multiplied by 5 divided by 3 whole squared, where 5 divided by 3 is coefficient of x. The square of this quantity will be 5 squared, which is 25, and 2 3s are 6. 6 squared is 36. So we will add 25 divided by 36 to both the sides. 25 divided by 36, 25 divided by 36. Now we will add this. For this, we have to make the denominator same. For that, we will multiply this minus 2 divided by 3 by 12 divided by 12. So it will be minus 2 multiplied by 12 minus 24, 3 multiplied by 12, 36 plus 25 divided by 36. Now the denominator is same, so we can directly add the numerator. So it will be 25 minus 24, 1 divided by the common denominator 36. Now the left hand side is a perfect squared quadratic polynomial because the first term is a perfect square, the third term is a perfect square, so we can write its factors as x minus 5 divided by 6 whole squared. The sign of the middle term we will put in between x and 5 divided by 6. So whole square of this will be, we will write 1 divided by 36 as 1 divided by 6 whole squared. Now we will take the square root of this on both sides. It will be x minus 5 divided by 6, which is the square root of this quantity, equals plus and minus 1 divided by 6, which is the square root of 1 divided by 36. Because every real number has two square roots, one is plus, the other is minus 1. Now we will take this minus 5 divided by 6 on the right hand side. So it will be x equals 5 divided by 6 plus minus 1 divided by 6. Here the denominator is same. Therefore, we can directly add or subtract the numerator. So our roots will be 5 plus 1, 6 divided by 6, that is 1. The second root 5 minus 1, that is 4. 4 divided by 6 will be 2 divided by 3. Therefore 1 and 2 divided by 3 are the required roots of this quadratic equation. Next, solve by completing the square. 3x squared minus 5x plus 2 equals 0. Here the coefficient of x squared is 3, so we will divide throughout the equation by 3. So it becomes 3x squared will become x squared minus 5 divided by 3 minus 5 divided by 3, and 2 divided by 3 will be 2 divided by 3. After that we will take this 2 divided by 3 on the right hand side, so it will become negative. Now we will add half multiplied by 5 divided by 3 whole squared, where 5 divided by 3 is the coefficient of this x. So it becomes 5 squared 25. 2 3s are 6. 6 squared becomes 36. So we will add 25 divided by 36 on both the sides, plus 25 divided by 36 and plus 25 divided by 36. Now we have to add this. For that we have to make this 3 equal to 36. It means we have to make the denominator same. So in the next step we will multiply minus 2 divided by 3 by 12 divided by 12, so that 3 multiplied by 12 becomes 36. So it will be minus 2 multiplied by 12 minus 24, and 3 multiplied by 12 will be 36. Next, the denominator is 36 and 25 minus 24 becomes 1. So we can write this expression equals 1 divided by 36. This is a perfect squared expression because the first term is a perfect square and the third term is also a perfect square. So we will write this expression as x, which is the square root of x squared, then 5 divided by 6, which is the square root of 25 divided by 36, and the sign of the middle term is negative, which we will put here. So x minus 5 divided by 6 whole square will become 1 divided by 36. Now we will take square root on both the sides. So this will be x minus 5 divided by 6, and the square root of 1 divided by 36 will be plus and minus 1 divided by 6. Here the roots will be plus and minus because we know that every real number has two square roots. One is positive, the other is negative. Now we will take this minus 5 divided by 6 to the right hand side. So it will be 5 divided by 6 plus minus 1 divided by 6. So x will be 5 plus 1 divided by 6. 5 plus 1, 6 divided by 6, it will be 1. 5 minus 1, that is 4 divided by 6, which will be 2 divided by 3. Thus x equals 1 and x equals 2 divided by 3 are the required roots of this quadratic equation by the method of completing the square. Next, solve by completing the square. 2x squared minus 5x plus 3 equals 0. Here the coefficient of x squared is 2, which is other than 1, so we will divide throughout the equation by 2. So we get x squared minus 5 divided by 2x plus 3 divided by 2. After that we will take this 3 divided by 2 to the right hand side. So it will be minus 3 divided by 2. Now we will add half multiplied by 5 divided by 2 whole squared, where 5 divided by 2 is the coefficient of x here. So it will be 1 multiplied by 5, 5 squared will be 25, 2 multiplied by 2 will be 4, 4 squared will be 16. So we will add 25 divided by 16 to both the sides. So it will be plus 25 divided by 16 plus 25 divided by 16. Now in order to add this, we have to make the denominator same. Therefore we will multiply minus 3 divided by 2 by 8 divided by 8. 8 divided by 8. Now 2 multiplied by 8 becomes 16. So here the denominator becomes same. So minus 3 multiplied by 8 is minus 24. 2 multiplied by 8 is 16. Next, 25 minus 24 will be 1 and 16 the common denominator. So it will be this expression equals 1 divided by 16. Now this is a perfect squared quadratic polynomial because the first term is a perfect squared, the third term is also a perfect square. Now we will write this expression as x minus 5 divided by 4 whole squared, where x is square root of x squared. 5 divided by 4 is square root of 25 divided by 16. This minus is sign of the middle term which we will put here. So we get x minus 5 divided by 4 whole square equals 1 divided by 16. Now we will take square root on both the sides. So we get x minus 5 divided by 4 equals plus minus 1 divided by 4. Here the square root is plus and minus because we know that every real number has two square roots. One is positive, the other one is negative. Now we will take this minus 5 divided by 4 to the right hand side. So we get x equals plus minus 1 divided by 4 plus 5 divided by 4, which is this one. So x becomes 1 plus 6, that is 6 divided by 4, which is 3 divided by 2, minus 1 plus 5 is 4, 4 divided by 4 is 1. So 3 divided by 2 and 1 are the two roots of the given quadratic equation, which we have found by the method of completing the square. Next, solve by completing the square. 5x squared minus 6x minus 2 equals 0. Here the coefficient of x squared is 5, so we will divide throughout by 5. So it will be x squared minus 6 divided by 5, x minus 2 divided by 5 equals 0. Now we will take this minus 2 divided by 5 to the right hand side, plus 2 divided by 5. Now we will add half multiplied by 6 divided by 5 whole square, where 6 divided by 5 is the coefficient of x here. So 2 3s are 6, 3 squared will be 9, 5 squared will be 25. So we will add 9 divided by 25 to both the sides. So plus 9 divided by 25 plus 9 divided by 25. Now we will solve this right hand side. We have to make this 5 25 so that the denominator becomes equal. So we will multiply 2 divided by 5 multiplied by 5 divided by 5. So we get 2 multiplied by 5, 10, 5 multiplied by 5, 25. Here the denominator is same, so we can directly add the numerator. So we get 19 divided by 25. So our polynomial becomes equal to 19 divided by 5. Now this quadratic polynomial is a perfect squared polynomial because the first term is a perfect squared, the third term is also a perfect squared. So we will write this equal to x minus 3 divided by 5 whole squared, where this x is square root of this x squared. 3 divided by is the square root of 9 divided by 25. So we will write x minus 3 divided by 5 whole squared equals 19 divided by 25. Now we will take square root of both the sides. So it will be x minus 3 divided by 5 equals plus minus under root 19 divided by 5. Here 19 is not a perfect square, so we have to write it as under root 19, and the plus and minus sign comes because every real number has two square roots. One of them is positive and the other one is negative. Now we will take this minus 3 divided by 5 to the right hand side, so we get x equals 3 divided by 5 plus minus under root 19 divided by 5. Here the denominator is same, so we can directly add or subtract the numerator. We will get x equals 3 plus root 19 divided by 5 and 3 minus root 19 divided by 5. So these are the required roots of this quadratic equation by completing the square. Solve by completing the square. 4x squared plus 3x plus 5 equals 0. Here the coefficient of x squared is 4. So we will divide throughout the equation by 4. So we get x squared plus 3 divided by 4x plus 5 divided by 4 equals 0. Now we will take this 5 divided by 4 to the right hand side. It will become minus 5 divided by 4. Now we will add half multiplied by 3 divided by 4 whole squared, where 3 divided by 4 is the coefficient of x here. So 1 multiplied by 3 squared will be 9, 2 multiplied by 4 will be 8, 8 squared will be 64. So we will add 9 divided by 64 to both the sides. So it will be plus 9 divided by 64, here also plus 9 divided by 64. Now we will make here the denominator same. So for that we will multiply minus 5 divided by 4 by 16 divided by 16, because 16 multiplied by 4 is 64. So we get minus 5 multiplied by 16 minus 80, 4 multiplied by 16, 64. Now the denominator is same, so we can directly add the numerator. So minus 80 plus 9 becomes minus 71 divided by 64. So our expression becomes minus 71 divided by 64. Now this is a perfect squared quadratic polynomial because the first term is a perfect squared, the third term is also a perfect squared. So we will write it as x minus 3 divided by 5 whole squared, where this x is square root of x squared, 3 divided by 5 is the square root of 9 divided by 25, and we will put this minus sign here. So we get x minus 3 divided by 5 whole squared equals minus 71 divided by 64. This is a negative quantity. We know that square of any real number is always positive, but here it is negative, which means that a squared quantity cannot be negative, and hence this quadratic equation has no real roots. So this is about how to solve quadratic equation by the method of completing the square. If you like this video, please click like and share this video to C.B.S.E class 10 students and their parents. Subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.